Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today's story takes us into one of South Africa's most dramatic political sagas, a mix of tragedy, suspicion, and outspoken defiance. We're talking about Carl Niehaus, the former ANC spokesperson turned economic freedom fighters member, who has once again stirred national controversy. This time, it's over comments he made about the funeral of the late Nathi Mthethwa, South Africa's former Minister of Arts and Culture, whose mysterious death in Paris continues to raise questions. Nathi Mthethwa was not a small name in South African politics. He served in the ANC for decades, once leading the Ministry of Police before heading Arts and Culture. His death shocked the nation. Reports say he fell from the 22nd floor of a Paris hotel. French authorities have not confirmed foul play, but the bizarre nature of the fall has left the public uneasy. And then came Carl Niehaus, never one to hold his tongue. After Mthethwa's funeral in Kwambonambi, Niehaus took to social media and called the event the meeting of the ANC mafia. He suggested that the gathering of senior ANC figures might not have been entirely innocent, hinting that there were secrets being buried alongside Mthethwa. His post implied that some in the ANC may have known more about the ambassador's death than they were admitting. That one statement was enough to ignite political chaos. The ANC quickly accused Niehaus of spreading dangerous conspiracy theories and disrespecting the dead. Party members called his remarks shameful and heartless, especially given the grief of Mthethwa's family. But for Niehaus, this was not about politeness, it was, in his words, about speaking the truth, even when it hurts. Niehaus is no stranger to controversy. He's built an entire reputation around being loud, defiant, and unapologetically anti-establishment. Once a loyal ANC insider, he now spends much of his time criticizing the same organization he once defended. Since joining the EFF, his rhetoric has grown even sharper, frequently accusing President Cyril Ramaphosa and his allies of corruption and moral decay. During Mthethwa's funeral, President Ramaphosa and several ministers delivered tributes describing Mthethwa as a dedicated servant of the people, a man who used culture to build national unity. They painted a picture of a loyal cadre, a patriot, and a symbol of discipline. But as politicians spoke of legacy and nationhood, Niehaus was online, posting what some called digital dynamite, sparking a new wave of public outrage. His critics say that he turned a solemn moment of mourning into a political stage play. But others quietly believe that Niehaus voiced what many are afraid to say aloud, that too many high-ranking officials die under mysterious circumstances, and the public is always left with more questions than answers. From apartheid-era assassinations to modern political scandals, South Africa has seen its share of suspicious deaths. Niehaus's accusation, that something might have been hidden behind Mthethwa's fall, that resonated with a segment of the population that has grown deeply skeptical of official explanations. Of course, Niehaus's credibility is complicated. His political career has been marred by scandals, from fraud charges to expulsion from the ANC. He's been mocked, criticized, and written off countless times. Yet somehow, he always finds his way back into the spotlight. Some South Africans joke that he's like a political Teflon, no matter how bad the controversy, it just slides off him. Others see him as a desperate figure seeking relevance through outrage. Still, one can't deny that he knows how to capture attention. By labeling the ANC leadership a mafia, Niehaus didn't just insult individuals, he attacked the moral foundation of the entire organization. To him, the ANC has become a closed circle of power-hungry elites who've abandoned the principles of liberation. His words might sound extreme, but they strike a chord with citizens who've watched corruption scandals and internal battles tear the party apart. Meanwhile, the French investigation into Mthethwa's death remains open. Officials haven't ruled out any possibilities, but so far, they've released little public information. Mthethwa's family has asked for privacy, pleading for respect as they mourn. Yet Niehaus's comments have ensured that the story remains in the headlines, fueling speculation and tension across the political spectrum. For the ANC, this is more than just about Niehaus. It's a reminder of how fractured the liberation movement has become. Old comrades are now enemies. The once united house of the ANC is now divided into warring factions: Ramaphosa's reformists, the radical economic transformation bloc, and the new generation of ex-members who've crossed over to opposition parties like the EFF and MK. Each side claims to represent the real spirit of the struggle, while the public watches the family feud unfold. Some analysts say Niehaus's outburst was perfectly timed, not accidental, but strategic. By invoking Mthethwa's name, he reignited debate over corruption, loyalty, and moral decay within the ruling party. He has essentially turned a funeral into a stage for political commentary, mixing truth, rumor, and performance into one combustible narrative. Still, his words have real consequences. Beyond the political noise, a family is grieving, and a man's death remains unexplained. But in South Africa's emotionally charged political climate, moments of grief often turn into arenas for power struggles. Niehaus's remarks may have offended many, but they also peeled back the curtain on the deep mistrust running through the heart of the nation's politics. It also raises a broader question: have South African politicians forgotten how to separate personal loss from political gain? Whether it's an ANC rally, an EFF march, or a national memorial, public events are now almost always weaponized for factional battles. Niehaus's post might be outrageous, but it also reflects a political culture that thrives on spectacle and conflict. And yet, one can't deny that Carl Niehaus understands that politics today is as much about performance as it is about principle. He knows how to push buttons, grab headlines, and dominate public conversation. Some call it reckless. Others call it genius. But either way, it keeps him relevant in a world that long moved on from his days as an ANC spokesperson. So, where does this all leave us? On one hand, you have a grieving family demanding respect. On the other, you have a controversial figure accusing powerful people of secrets and lies. And in the middle, a nation once again caught between truth, rumor, and political theater. Whether Niehaus's comments were brave or foolish is up for debate. But what's clear is that his words have reopened old wounds in a party already struggling with trust and unity. What do you think? Was Carl Niehaus exposing hidden truths, or did he simply go too far? Should funerals remain sacred, or are they fair ground for political expression in a democracy? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into South Africa's latest political storm, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss our next breakdown of the country's most talked about stories. Thanks for tuning in. Stay informed, stay engaged, and stay questioning. See you next time.